Today on the show, we bring you the story of 24-year-old Bruce Kamau, who has been living in Australia for the past 24 years. Unlike most people, Bruce decided to take the road less traveled on and is now a professional footballer playing in Australia's top football league. I was able to meet up with him during his 7-day visit of Kenya as he shared his experience and ambitions. Welcome to the show. So what do you think is the chances of Kenya at AFCON?
I mean, football, there's always a chance. You never know what can
Bruce
happen.
Kamau has been playing professional football in Australia since he was 17 years old. And since then, he has played for 3 different clubs, namely Adelaide United, Melbourne City and currently Western Sydney Wanderers, all of which are in the A-League, which is Australia's top football division.
Uses Fitzgerald, cut back, Kamau, he's got a double! His first career double in the A-League.
This is the second time Bruce has visited Kenya since he relocated back in 1999. At the time, he was only 4 years old.
We moved there for better opportunities, and initially it was, I'd say more so for my parents. It was a bit hard for them, but even for myself, you move to a new country and you're starting school and you're trying to adapt to a whole new culture, and there's subtle differences between you and everyone else who's there.
Fortunately for Bruce, his tender age was an advantage when it came to dealing with the drastic change of living in Australia.
Yeah, I think the fact that I went there so young, it was a bit easier for myself to, like you say, assimilate into the culture over there. At that age, you don't really read into it too much, and you're a kid, you're just happy-go-lucky. But then I think more so when you start school and you're interacting with other people there, you notice, like for instance, just an accent or certain words that you use, and at that age, I'm still in the cross between Swahili and English. So I wouldn't say it was hard, but I wouldn't say it was easy at the same time. It was kind of a process of learning as you go, especially in school. In your younger years in school, you pick up little things from the people you're around.
And it was during this time that Bruce discovered his love for football when his older brother Ian joined the school's football team.
From there, they said to him that you're quite talented, you should go look at playing for a club. And me being the younger brother, when he went to train, my dad would take me as well, and I'd sit there by the side and play with the ball, and then eventually they let me join into the training, and just from there it kind of took on its own life. And I think it was the World Cup, I think in 2002. I was watching that with my family, and Ronaldinho was playing, and just the things he was doing with the ball, the way he was so creative and on the pitch, it was amazing to me. And I think from that moment onwards is when I realized that this is something that I want to do and make my career.
So with the support of his family, a dedicated Bruce decided to put more focus on his football career. And at the young age of 7, he joined Campbelltown Football Club before eventually joining Adelaide City 4 years later.
The way it works in Australia is that you have about, say, 10 or 12 teams in the local Premier League, and they would have age groups from about age 5 all the way to the senior team. So what would happen is you would go to the club when they have their trials, and you go through the process of selection, and if you're selected, then you would play in the team of whatever age you are. I was playing for my school team, but then also playing club football. So the school team, you play maybe on a Saturday, but then you have your club football that you train Wednesday, Friday, and then play on the Sunday. So I was doing both of those at the same time, which is quite common in Australia.
Despite his busy schedule, Bruce was careful not to forget about his studies.
It was always important for my parents that I still achieved good grades in school and had that balance. So as long as I was able to keep that balance, they were happy for me to pursue. football is a game where you have to have intelligence. So if you're able to better yourself and have that education as a base, it's only going to help you both ways.
This hard work paid off when in 2011 he joined Adelaide United's youth team.
We won the league and we won the grand final, and I was able to score in the grand final, which is probably one of my career highlights. Also, I've won the cup competition, the FA Cup. I've won that twice as well. And then in terms of just little personal achievements, I guess you could say I was lucky enough to have played against Villarreal, Liverpool and Manchester City as well.
His prowess not only saw him promoted to the senior team, but also resulted in him being called up to join Australia's under-23 national team to represent the country during last year's Asian Cup held in China.
For me, it was a great honor to be called into that team and to experience playing for a national team and be in that environment. And unfortunately, we weren't able to make it as far as we had hoped, but it's something that I'll always have fond memories of.
But given his experience and exposure, why didn't he choose to represent Kenya but instead settled for Australia?
That choice for me was a hard one, but I still have my roots and I still have a lot of pride in Kenya. But as far as opportunity-wise, for myself in football, I think that Australia currently has better opportunities footballing-wise for me to maximize my career and to achieve some of the things that I want to achieve.
According to Bruce, this is the reason why most abroad-based players opt to play for other countries. He further adds that Kenya is still struggling when it comes to sports. To him, the only way to solve this problem is through investment, proper management and genuine support from all stakeholders.
When the infrastructure and that is in place in Kenya for its players and its team to be able to do some of those kind of things, then I think you'd see some of the players who've gone abroad picking the national team here above other ones. Yeah.
Open space. Keep it tight. Keep it. Play on.
Definitely abundance of talent. It's just whether or not they're able to nurture that talent and be able to deliver it into the national setup.
A fact that Bruce says is evidenced by the likes of Victor Wanyama and Divock Origi, both of whom have Kenyan origin, representing their respective teams in this year's Champions League final.
I mean, it's fantastic to see, and for myself personally, it gives a bit of inspiration that those kind of things are possible. So to be able to see not just one but two of them both making it to the Champions League final and playing against each other, it's fantastic for football in Kenya and for football in general.
As a result of such inspiration, Bruce is using his position and playing his part in improving the game back home. One way is through spending time with aspiring footballers at Ligi Ndogo Youth Academy.
Keep it. Communication. Faster, make it fast. Let's go.
What's the hardest thing before going pro?
That's a good question. I'd say that there was a period where I finished school and I still hadn't turned professional. And it's that kind of period in there where you're not certain whether you're gonna make it to playing professional or whether to start, looking for other things to do with your life. But I think just that in that period, keeping the belief in yourself that you're able to do it. Thank you.
Bruce is truly an inspiration to many both here and abroad. But what keeps him motivated?
To be honest, I just love playing the game. For me, I think that, no matter how much money you earn, of course money is something that we all need to live with, but if you're not going to enjoy doing what you're doing, then you're not going to be very good at it, because your love for something is going to, increase the energy and the output that you do. So for me, it's always been about my love of playing football, even to this day. I wake up every day and I feel blessed that I'm able to go to training and call it work.
He, however, does admit that the journey was not an easy one.
We'll train in the morning, so you have to be at training about 9 a.m. in the morning, and then we start training about 9:45. So in that period between 9 and 9:45, you have time to go see the physios and the doctors if you need any treatment or if you're injured. And then also in that period, if you don't need to see them, you can go in the gym and you do your prehabilitation, the exercises you need to do to get you ready for your training session. And then 9:45, you go across to the pitch. You start your training session about 10 a.m., train for about an hour and a half or a bit longer. And then from there, depending on what day it is during the week, you'll either be done for the day or 2 times a week you have a gym session. So on those days you have a gym session, you finish, you come back in, you have lunch and rest for maybe about an hour, and then you go in the gym and you have about a 45-minute gym session, and then after that you're finished for the day.
So it's a lot of hard work.
Definitely is a lot of hard work, yeah.
And what is his ambition for the future?
I'm an Arsenal supporter, so my dream is, one day to play for the Gunners. And obviously, like I said before, I would love to play and represent Australia in a World Cup and be able to do that. I think those 2 things would be my footballing dreams. I think, if you have a passion for something, then you should by all means follow that. I think you just need to make sure that you put in the hard work, because it is a lot of hard work and effort, and as long as you're able to do that and try and seize the opportunities that you have, then hopefully everything will work out and you'll be able to achieve your dreams.
For Bruce, the work has just begun, and his wish is for football and sport in general to receive the much-needed support it requires for it to grow. Until next time, I'm Michael Zimanji.